Shohei Ohtani returned home today and said some, rather interesting things. Let's discuss it. So, Shohei Ohtani returned home to Japan today and spoke with reporters. He said, he had negative impressions of the season despite having a great season himself, as he'd say that August and September felt particularly long, longer than other years he's played. And, my first thought is, no poop. This season sucked. I mean, the Angels went 73 and 89. They had a 14-game losing streak. They were 11 games over 500 to start the season. This wasn't ideal. What really frustrates me is that Ohtani's never been to the playoffs, and he's been in the league now for 5 years. The Angels haven't been to the playoffs since 2014, now tied with Detroit for the longest postseason drought. That is, if you count the 2020 season, with the Mariners and Phillies both making the playoffs this year, ending their droughts. All that aside, it's still a little tough what to make of this. Is Ohtani unhappy with the Angels? I mean, honestly, it's tough to blame him if he is, but I wish he would just ask for a trade straight out. Will he? I don't think he's that kind of person. With everyone talking about his $30 million contract, I did do a previous video, link will be attached below on that. But all it is he's under contract for 1 more year, so they just agreed on how much he'll make for next year. That doesn't necessarily mean he can't be traded. Look at Mookie Betts a few years ago. He signed back with Boston a record deal, which was worth, I believe, $28 million, and then Boston traded him a few months later to the Dodgers. So Ohtani could still be dealt at any point before the trade deadline. Will the Angels be willing to do it? I don't know. I think they got to look at it and realize what direction are they going in. I mean, you've had teams like the Baltimore Orioles who are ahead of us that were just terrible a few years ago. Obviously, our division nemesis, the Astros, and now the Mariners, they're succeeding after having some long runs of disappointing years. So the Angels got to figure out what they want to do. Do they want to get a haul of prospects, which they still can, and trade Ohtani this offseason? I know new management's coming in. If he's not willing to sign the extension right away, I think you have to. You have to get something for him. Is it worth it risking this year just to say, hey, we have Ohtani for 1 more year? You have to at least listen to offers. If you don't get a good offer, then, run with this season. See what you can do. But it's frustrating. I feel Ohtani's pain, but as an Angel fan, you got to do what's best for the organization as well. So we'll see. This could just be an overreaction because, like I said, no one was happy with this year. I would hope Ohtani wouldn't be like, it was a great season. But as always, we'll have to wait and see. I appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe for more content.